Hello guys, today we're in a creative world, and I am doing a tutorial for you guys. So, on Cornerstone I built a mob XP farm, out of a zombie spawner, but today I'm going to show you how to make one out of, like, 4 skeleton or zombies. So both the type. It works pretty great, level 30 in about 10 to 15 minutes I'd say, which is decent for me. I mean, I'm not willing to AFK longer than that. So, um, yeah, here we go. So, here's a spawner I built. Average size, I guess. Uh, and this is what you'll find in, a normal cave system. So, what we have to do to make this spawner spawn at its maximum is make it a 9 by 9 space. Okay, so, um, right now, this is, I believe, 5 by 5. So we have to make it 9 by 9. So basically we just have to dig 2 blocks in every direction. So there's 4 air spaces on every direction here. So basically we're going to be ending here. And we're going to be making a wall here on each side. Okay? So we're going to be breaking down these walls. This is what you would do in a survival world. You would break down all these walls. Because we don't need them, obviously. And yes, you just make it 4 long on each side. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be back with you guys. Alright, so here we are. We now have a 9 by 9 room. So instead of counting, you can just look if there's 4 blocks before the wall on each side. That's what I do, as I explained in the last clip. So now what we're going to do is we have to dig down 2 blocks everywhere around this whole space. So we're going to do this. This could be much easier done with efficiency tools and everything, but being in creative helps too, so I will get rid of all this stuff quickly. So the point of moving it down 2 blocks is to, one, get the most maximum spawns, which is 4 skeletons or 4 zombies each interval of this spawner spawning things. Now again, this is a really easy beginner spawner. If you want to get in depth, if you have multiple skeleton spawners, you can do so. But this is just for beginners who are first making a spawner for their world. That works pretty well. Before you go on to make Enderman and stuff, this is a good one. So now what you want to do is, depending on what direction you want the spawner to go, say if your entrance of your base is that way, and you want to go near the entrance, then you're going to make a water trough that goes that way. Okay? So wherever you want the skeletons to go, you want to put the water trough. Okay, and now what you're going to do, once you're done that, on these 2 sides, you're going to dig 4 blocks into the wall. So normally you'd be inside a cave, but you're going to dig 4 blocks in. And the way I like to do this is I like to make a 3-block trough when I'm on survival. And I hop in here, and so right now I'm 3 blocks in, and then I'm 4 blocks in. So the reason you want this 4 blocks in is so when the water goes out, it will go 8 blocks, and it'll end right on this block. So it'll go right into the water trough nice and easily. And so what you want to do now is put water on every block like that, and then since I have this water trough here, you're just going to want to go like this. Going to block it off, and then you're going to break these again, and then the water will begin to flow. And as you can see, it flows right perfectly onto the edge here. And you just want to do that same on the other side, so we'll be back. So there we go. We have both water troughs in, so if a skeleton were to spawn over here, he would flow into the water that we are now going to put here. And so now it will go flow. It actually looks quite cool because it stays kind of boxed. It's really weird in my opinion, but it stays kind of boxed in, which is weird. So anyway, so what you're gonna do here is you're gonna notice the water stops, and yes, that's going to happen. So what you want to do is you want to break a block here and here, and then it will continue. And you want to dig a tunnel like this until the water stops flowing. So the block it stops flowing at, right there, where it stopped flowing, you want to end it here. And right when the skeletons get here, okay, this is how spawner works. If you were to just block in a spawner, and say you stand in the corner and you kill the skeletons when they spawn, the fact of the matter is more skeletons wouldn't spawn until you kill the skeletons that have spawned prior to those. So 4 spawn, you have to kill all 4 for 4 more to spawn, because those 4 skeletons at the start take up the other 4 spawning spaces. So the plan with this design is we're going to get skeletons to flow away. Right when they hit this, they're out of the distance of the spawning ratio. Excuse me. So more skeletons can spawn, causing the spawner to be quite efficient. So this point is the most annoyingest point of the spawner when you're in survival. I'm going to teach you the ways I do it, which is the easiest in my opinion. So right when I get here, I dig 3 blocks and 1 more. This is where your skeletons are going to land. Okay? So, and then right here is where I put my infinite water source, because you're going to need one of those. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to dig up. Now, I don't have to dig up because I'm already at the surface, but you're going to have to go up a few, I believe it's 24 blocks, but you can always adjust that with this room. So let's see here. If this is 4, apparently I can't build anymore. So I think I was at 24. So that should be miles enough. And we'll just do this. This is what you're going to be doing. Well, you might not be, because you're just going to be digging up in the survival world. This is what it would look like. You just have a 1 block pillar, obviously. So when you get to 24, which would... Sorry for just my mic there, might have been loud. When you get to 24, which would be this block, you're going to go starting here, 3 blocks, and then this block here, this block right here, is where they're going to fall. So this is where you're going to make your second little, oops, your second, I am for loss of words today, drop pillared zone thing. And what you want to do here is you just want to completely block this off, so the skeletons, well, I guess they're going to burn to death in this design, I suppose. That's how it'll work. I don't have water up here anyway, so they won't burn to death. But, you know, I'll lower this one, actually. When you're building yours, you won't end up hitting the top of the world. Am I really at the top of the world? I am, too. Yeah, of course. Always, stuff has to go wrong. Okay, so I'll just build it here. There we go. 2, 3. And then we'll do this. And take off the corners. Okay. So, again, we're just building this. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. And you're doing it like that. And then you're just bringing this down to the ground. It actually looks kind of neat. Now, the trick with this is it has to be this far away for reasons. But you can make this branch off that way. You can make it branch off forward or this way. So it's pretty optional what you can do with this, because no matter where the skeletons end up at the end, as long as they're not going back, it'll let the skeletons do that more spawning trick, because they're 8 blocks. They're 8 blocks away. As long as you're 16 blocks within the spawner to activate the monster spawns, you will be fine. So here we go. This is what the skeleton's journey is going to take. Until they drop here. So what you got to do, you're going to need about 2 stacks of signs, I believe, to do this. And what you're going to do is you're just going to place a sign here. Every other block you're going to place signs. I'll tell you this functionality after I'm done placing all these. But it just makes it so no skeletons drown. So when you get to this part, actually wait, we'll put the water in first. So you just put water, again, every other space, like this. And when you get to here, you're just going to put 1 source block here and 1 source block there. But remember to put a sign here. You don't want to put it there, because if you were to put it there, the water would just stay on top of it and the skeletons would just bounce up and down in the water. So you want to make sure it's there, because then they will actually fall onto your block of choice. And that is honestly that's it. That's the design right there. That is how it's going to work. Now you can pretty up your spawner and do whatever you wish. You can add a light on and off system with redstone lamps. You can do however you wish. It's all your decision, and I'm just here to show you how to build the first part, and the rest is however you want to build it. So there's not many other spawner designs, honestly, on Minecraft, just because they're pretty simplistic to make. So I mean, you don't need a bunch of fancy designs. There's some weird light glitch going on in here. Not sure why it's so bright. That's pretty strange. Here, let's believe that's night. Yeah. These should start spawning soon, and I will show you the oh right. That was unpeaceful for oh yeah, something else you should do is add a little pillar there, so you get all this possible skeleton spawns. So now we're gonna follow the skeletons on their little journey. And this is when we'll determine how either short we make the drop fall or how long we make the drop fall. So they're going to float up here, and this makes sure they don't drown, because if you would just put solid water blocks here, they would drown by the time they got up here, because it takes a long time to swim up here. So every other, pretty sure that was a skeleton outside, by the way. Every other block is an air source, so it helps them not die. Okay, now let's see. Actually, it might be the perfect distance. Oh god, get out of my face. Okay. So we'll block this up. We'll get some torches. Oops, torches. And we'll place those here. Actually, I think we can make them drop 1 more block, because we're having to punch them too much. So let's just do that, break that, and let's see where this gets us. Okay, that's 2 punches. I think we can make them fall 1 more. So, yeah, this will give you a nice amount of skeletons and all the bone meal you need in the world. So yeah. Oh, he has a helmet on. That's why you didn't take any. I think honestly that's as good as we're gonna get. I think 3 punches is the max. But we'll even go down 1 more. Just for testing reasons. Because I couldn't go up very far in my world, in this super flat world. So, hey. Oh, there we go. That was a 1 punch. So, right here, is a good dying fall. These guys are a pain. They have all their armor on. So let's light that up. Obviously you could make this fancier and everything, but for this tutorial I'm not going to bother. So yeah, that's basically the spawner. Hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. They're a 2-punch kill, which is good. Some of them die because they spawn with abnormal health value, but that's alright. Yeah, and here we go. It works perfect. They are doing their thing, and we are getting XP and bone meal and everything from it, as you can see. So we should be dandy in our survival worlds. We should be good. We should be well equipped. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Hope you have fun building your spawners in your worlds and getting all your sweet loot. And yeah. By the way, if anybody else created the same spawner, this is a spawner that I used to build a long time ago. I'm not sure if it was anybody else's design, but it's just really simple, and I used it. I'm not calling it mine, but I'm also saying I didn't steal it from anybody. I used this spawner a long time ago. I didn't see any videos on it, so I made a video about it. So yeah, don't get too mad over it. On one of my worlds, I actually built a human out of this. I just put a torso and a head on it, and it looked pretty cool. So it's just an idea if you want to try and go that far with your spawner building. Anyway, so I hope you guys have a good night or day, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.